Hello, Wahid. This is Chris Doyle at Alderman Chevrolet Buick GMC in Rutland, Vermont, Vermont's favorite car dealership, where we're known for awesome deals and fabulous service. I want to thank you for your request for information on this 2022 Chevrolet Bolt EUV LT. This is in the bright blue metallic, really great looking new color for the car. The EUV is brand new for the 2022 model year. The EV has been out since 2017. That was redesigned this year as well, but the EUV is a new creature and it's a little bigger. So a little bit bigger wheelbase, a little bit longer, a little bit more room on the inside, especially for the folks in the back seat. I own one of these myself, so I know what I'm talking about. It is the single best vehicle I've ever owned in my life. So a couple things, just want to give you a little bit of a tour all the way around on the car. Again, the EUV, brand new for this year, so there aren't a whole lot of them out on the road. And something particular about this car, this is getting a new battery very soon. Like, I kind of grabbed the keys from service so I could make this video for you. So that's a big deal, especially because you haven't been able to get these cars for a long time, and there are extremely few that can be delivered. But this is going to be deliverable with the brand new battery for the car. So let's give you a little bit of a tour all the way around. Again, great lines. Have one of these. A lot of fun to drive, great visibility, very, very comfortable. Let's start with that back seat because there is a ton of room. Now, I have not artificially jammed the front seats up front so it looks like it's spacious. That front seat is where I keep it when I'm driving. There is a ton of leg room, very good headroom. In fact, I'm gonna hop inside here so that you can get a view up front, and let's take a look here. A lot of room. Really quite comfortable. Good visibility. Seats are slightly higher in the back than they are in the front. That's by design. You ever have somebody who gets car sick? That's one of the things that's really going to help them out because you're a little higher, you got better visibility in the back. There's that brand new redesigned dashboard. The previous generation Bolt, funky car, fun looking on the inside, a little bit much in terms of the complication in some ways in how the dashboard was designed. Some significant changes and improvements for the new one here. As a matter of fact, let's get a closer look. So this, as I mentioned, this is the LT, and this is with the driver confidence and comfort package. Really the way that we order all of our LTs and the way you're really going to want it, especially in this area of the world here. So a couple things that I want to point out to you. First of all, we've got our automatic headlights and automatic high beams and telebeams, automatic high beams and low beams. We've got our emergency braking. This can adjust for you how sensitive the car is to vehicles up in front for automatic emergency braking and also for what's called front pedestrian detection. It's just a fancy way of saying that that system's going to work whether you're going 40, 50 miles an hour or 10 and somebody steps off a curb in front of you. Couple of things down here. This is the new shifter. Love it. Really makes life a whole lot easier because when you're driving this vehicle, it's that easy to put it in park and it is that easy to put it in one pedal driving because with the EV, like any other vehicle you've owned that's an automatic transmission, if you're in drive, if you're coasting, take your foot off that accelerator. When you coast, you're recharging that battery a little bit. When it's in one pedal driving, when you take your foot off the accelerator, the car will actively brake. It will charge even more, helps to extend that range. And one pedal driving here means that if you keep your foot off the accelerator, this car will eventually come to a complete stop. Again, makes driving very, very easy. Lane keep assist, so if you're drifting, it will automatically turn this steering wheel to keep you in your lane. We've even got the wireless charging here. And a huge improvement over the previous generation Bolt. The entire climate control system, tactile, buttons, switches, not something that's on the keypad. It's easier to use whether you are driving or sitting still. I happen to have the automatic climate control on right now, but you do have the automatic heated seats, both sides, as well as the heated steering wheel. That's part of that comfort package here. Taking a look up at the giant touchscreen because, again, makes it easier to use. Audio, AM, FM, satellite radio. We got Bluetooth for phone and music. You've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, both of which are now wireless in the car. Very easy to take your phone, pair it up, drop it in the wireless charger, automatically connects, whether it is an iPhone or an Android. It literally couldn't be easier. Even the energy features, much easier to use and view than the previous generation. So let's talk about charging, because that's going to take me to the trunk, because I want to point a couple things out to you. Charging here, level 1, level 2, and level 3 charging. There's our plug. Very easy to use. Level 1 charging, 120 volts. That'll charge the rate of about 4 miles for every hour that it's plugged in. Not the fastest, but it's there for you when you're traveling. Depending on how you're driving, that may be enough for you. But level 2 charging, that's really where it's at. Also the same plug, 240 volts. That will charge up to 25 miles per hour for every hour it's plugged in. So that means plug it in overnight, you're going to have a full charge in the morning. We've also got level 3, DC fast charging. That's not a home charger. That's for when you're traveling. Those are public chargers. That's very quick. In the Bolt, you're up to about 90, 100 miles for the first half hour it's plugged in, up to about 150 or so miles for the first hour that it's plugged in. So very, very quick. Not a home charger, but that's what you're going to find out there in the real world while you're traveling. So speaking of traveling, speaking of charging, let's take a look at your cargo space in the back. Doesn't look like there'll be anything, but there's actually a pretty good amount of cargo space here. Back up so you can kind of get the whole thing in here. The seats will split and fold down, of course. I'm just going to remove these for just a second. We've got the mats there, of course. This floor can fold or completely come out. I'm just going to leave it in here for now. But I want to show this to you because this is the charger that comes with the Bolt. Now, this is a little different than previous generation Bolts because now you have 2 chargers. There's the first one. That is your regular old grounded 3-prong outlet. Plug that into any grounded 3-prong outlet. Gonna charge for you. But you also have a level 2 charger. This is what's called the dual charge cord because you can plug either one in. This is going to charge almost as fast as a level 2 charger box that you hang on the wall. If you don't want the box, but you've got this kind of charger or want to wire it in, it's very simple. You just plug it right into the wall and that's it. You get both come with the EUV. So lots of space. I don't think I'm doing it justice with my phone, but to show you, a lot of hidden space under here. And then if you just want to cover it all up, still a good amount of space above. So 2 levels worth of space there. And also your nice little privacy screen that's going to come standard with all of it. Again, I want to back it up just so you get a view of it all the way around. Good sized tires, 17-inch rims. Again, I can testify to this because I own one of these. Very smooth, quiet, you would imagine so, silent basically because it's an EV, but not all EVs are quiet. The Bolt is a very comfortable ride, particularly the EUV. It's quiet, it's comfortable, it handles well, it's heavy. So that's a nice thing about the EV. The battery itself, which runs almost the full length underneath the car from front to rear wheels, that's about 1,000 pounds. And it's good ground clearance, which is something you don't always see in a lot of EVs and hybrids. It makes the Bolt, and always has been, a remarkably good winter car. It's heavy. You've got a balanced weight between front and rear. And heavy and weight can be a problem if a car can't get out of its own way, and certainly that is not the case with the Bolt. It is quick, enormous amounts of torque, instantaneous, kind of a little rocket. I'm not encouraging breaking the speed limit, but certainly if you need the power and need the ability to pass, it is there at all times and still basically pin you back in your seat even if you're already going 40 or 50 miles an hour. Just a joy to drive and to be able to skip every single gas pump, whether the gas prices are what they are right now or even if they get back down to something normal. Hey, when I get home at the end of the day, I put this in my driveway, I plug it in, I go inside, I'm done. And that's about it, because there's not even much service that's required on this. Rotate those tires about every 7,500 miles. I think you change the cabin air filter, if I'm remembering right, about every 22 or 23,000 miles. That's about it for scheduled maintenance until you hit 90,000 miles on it. Terrible business model for a service center. great business model for people like you and I. So if you'd like to learn more about this car, if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can click on the link in the comments below. If you're watching it on Facebook, you can click on the Learn More button, or better yet, just come see us in person. We're at 65 Windcrest Road in Rutland, Vermont. That's just off Route 7 South. Hope to see you soon.